Hello, my name is Salia Chamon Zamora, and I'm the Executive Director at ACAPT. As a professional in physical therapy academia, you are also an advocate for physical therapy education. Here at ACAPT, we want to ensure that we position ourselves and our members to have a voice, and that our efforts support driving innovation, access, and inquiry in academic physical therapy for all equitable stakeholders. Hear from the members of the Reference Committee on how they support ACAPT business and you in making a difference.
Greetings, I'm Jamie Dehan from the University of St. Mary in Leavenworth, Kansas. I'm currently serving as the chair of the Reference Committee for ACAPT. I'm here to help explain what the ACAPT Reference Committee does. We're here to help make sure business ideas that you have are clearly understood and thoughtfully considered. When you submit main motions or bylaw amendments, this committee will review them, help make clarifications as needed, and offer guidance to ensure discussions stay focused and productive. Think of us as a team to keep the decision-making process running smoothly and to ensure ACAPT's policies truly reflect the needs of physical therapist education. Now that you know a little bit more about what we do, your next question might be, well, what kind of motions are appropriate to bring to ACAPT? We encourage you to ask yourself, does the idea that you have impact academic physical therapy and DPT education? Or does the idea that you have impact the profession as a whole, maybe at a national level? Any idea impacting education should absolutely be heard by ACAPT. Any idea impacting the profession as a whole should really be heard more by the House of Delegates. An example of a motion for ACAPT to consider would be in developing best practice guidelines for assessing student readiness before full-time clinical experiences. This is a great fit because it directly affects academic programs and educational standards. Whereas a motion about national policy, like unrestricted direct access with clinicians, belongs in the House of Delegates because the House sets the policies for the entire physical therapy profession. So again, just to recap, when you think about bringing a motion forward, if it impacts academic physical therapy and DPT education, ACAPT is the right place. If it affects the profession as a whole, that's the work for the House of Delegates. If you want to see the history of motions and bylaws that have been submitted to ACAPT, you can find it on our website. All you have to do is go to the ACAPT website and go to About Us. Under About Us, you'll be able to go to Motions and Results, and it'll take you to the history of the motions that have been put before ACAPT in the past. You can also go to How to Prepare and Submit a Motion and find all the information and details that you need about submitting your idea about education improvement to ACAPT. There's also a timeline that you can see of when things need to be submitted, but more importantly, at the end of the page is how you can contact your ACAPT Reference Committee liaison to help you develop and form the idea that you have. As you can see, each of the 3 committee members has assigned states, so locate your state, identify your committee member, and then click on their name and send an email to have them help you get started with your idea. We hope this helps to explain a little bit about the committee and the ideas that can be brought forward. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions along the way.
Hi, I'm Dustin Cox, and I'm one of the Reference Committee members. Today, I'm going to go over with you some of the deadlines that we have for submitting main motions, changes to the bylaws, or standing rules. Each year, ACAPT establishes timelines for each of these processes to occur so that Reference Committee members, as well as the leadership, can work with you to make sure that these motions are put forth to the body and allow for effective discussions to occur. We want to ensure that this process works smoothly and effectively and allows for the greatest amount of work to go forward in ACAPT. Main motions, as well as amendments to the bylaws or standing rules, must be submitted several weeks in advance to ensure a thoughtful and thorough review process. The deadline for proposing bylaw changes or standing rule amendments is October 20th through January 31st of each calendar year. When wanting to submit main motions, these must be submitted a minimum of 2 months in advance of our ACAP's annual business meeting. Adhering to these deadlines ensures that members have enough time to evaluate the proposals, have thoughtful discussions, and allow for an effective and smooth meeting to occur. We encourage all members of ACAP to look at our ACAP's timeline for motions, note the required dates, and submit materials in a timely fashion. ACAP and the reference committee will host a preliminary meeting in the spring for members interested in submitting any materials to ensure that they can do so in a timely and an effective manner. Be on the lookout for these meeting dates in the ACAP's Flex newsletter or at ACAP's governance community.
Hi, I am Carl Bergman, a member of the Reference Committee and the Program Director at Messiah University. I would like to take a moment to clarify who is eligible to develop and bring forward motions within ACAP. Any ACAP member in good standing has the opportunity to submit a motion. This includes faculty, program directors, and other members actively engaged in physical therapist education. When submitting a motion, it is important that the proposal reflects the interests and needs of ACAP's membership. We encourage members to collaborate with colleagues, seek input, and ensure their motion is well prepared and clearly articulated before submission. This collaborative approach helps strengthen proposals and promotes productive discussion during committee and membership review. While anyone eligible can contribute to developing a motion, motions are required to be brought forward by the ACAP member representative. As ACAP continues to advance excellence in our profession, the Reference Committee is here to support you through every step of the process. Thank you for your engagement and commitment to meaningful participation